What up, YouTube? This is Daniel Rucker with True Table. Welcome to the table. Topic of the day, hot topic. All my topics, I believe, are hot. And it's been a while, y'all. I miss y'all. I've been busy. I've been grinding. So please forgive me. But I'm going to continue to bring this content because you know what I do on this channel. You know, when I get in my kitchen, I start cooking. I'm serving up these meals. That's what I do. But before I get started, before I get in the kitchen and get cooking, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe. I appreciate it. Topic I'm going to talk about today. Talked about it several times. I'm going to continue to talk about it because it seems to still be somewhat of an issue and it's not quite understood. Single mothers and why they're so problematic. Single mothers, it's a tough topic, right? And it's tough because in a lot of ways, women don't truly understand that once they have a child, having a child changes everything. Now you hear that a lot. You hear people say, when you have a kid, it changes everything. No, it literally changes everything, ladies. Once you have a kid, the way that it was designed for you to have a child was under the protection and the covering of you having a man. Was you having a husband, preferably. That was the way that it was structured. When you guys decide to hack the system, when you guys decide to make this whole, new wave, a new movement of how you're going to bring about life and bring about children in the world, do you know what you do? You create a virus. You create an anomaly in a chain reaction of things that were never intended to occur. And that's what's going on right now. You have women who think that for some odd reason, them having a child or having several children puts them in a bidding position, puts them in a power buying position in order to dictate, determine, require, request a certain type of man. No, ladies. No. Stop it. This is not how it works. One of the things that I like to do in my own life is I like to take things that are like practical thought, practical practices, and try to figure out how things can be transferable. Now, I'm gonna give you an example. When you are in a position to try to buy a house, try to buy a car, anything like this, you need what? What is one of the main things you need in order to even think about trying to purchase one or two of these items and the magnitude of these items? That's right, you guessed it. Good credit. Well, guess what, ladies? It's the same thing when it comes to dating. You as a woman's good credit is based on what you've done while you've been allowed to participate in the free market that is dating. And if you've been out here being reckless, if you've been out here being irresponsible, if you've been out here, having someone's kid or multiple kids from someone, then guess what? You are damaging your credit. Like having a kid is like a hard inquiry. No, scratch that. Having a kid is like a bankruptcy. Like you having a child means that your life is now socially bankrupt. You have created an ongoing issue that's gonna forever follow you and is gonna make all the choices that you make as a single woman different. I remember having a conversation with a young lady one time, and I was explaining this to her. What I was trying to get her to understand is that you as a single mother, nothing that you have is only yours. We actually were sitting at her house at the time. She had invited me over, me and a few friends, to like chips and salsa and whatever. We had a pretty good time, but we ended up getting on a conversation about kids and dating and all of these things. And her question was, why is it so hard? I told her straight, one of the main reasons why you're gonna have a difficult time is that you have not one, not two, but 3 children. And that's gonna be an issue for most guys. She couldn't understand why, but one of the main things I tried to do is get straight to the point. And I said, have you ever thought about that the house that we're even in right now, this is not your house, that this house is shared, that it's your children's home. This is where they reside. This is where they build memories. This is where they play. This is where they sleep. This is where they do everything that their little lives consist of. And guess what? If a man was trying to come over here and participate in getting to know you from a grown man's perspective, even if he was trying to do something as simple as have intimacy with you, he would have to do it when it's permissible for the children, whether they're either not going to be there or, at some point there's going to be a relationship that's going to be built and cultivated from them to him and him to them. And that's just heavy lifting. I told her that a guy doesn't envision having to climb over a Tonka truck or a Barbie to get some booty. That's not what most men think about. And that's why it becomes an issue, is because guess what, ladies? Your life now becomes centered around that child. Everything that you're gonna look to do, plan to do, want to do, that child is gonna be a huge part of your thought process, your thinking, so on and so forth. And this is why men try their best to avoid single moms. I hear online all the time that there's women who are now sad about the situation, to the fact that they're like, well, why is it that, there's shame in single mothers? It's not a shame. I think that there still is a very, confused perspective on why you being a single mom is just that big of a deal. And it is. You are no longer the same. There are certain things in life that change a person. Death, marriage, childbirth, trauma. And the change is something that at times I don't even think women quite understand, that the way you feel about your child and the way that you've created your life is for your benefit. And what I mean by your benefit is that as a single mom, whatever happened between you and the guy that you were with, why you're not with him anymore, I don't think women sit back and really factor in what their life is going to look like. I think that they assume that for whatever reason, because they still may have most of their looks, or they still may be, operating heavily in their career, whatever it may be, that they are just as desirable or just as, efficient as they were prior to their kid. And it's just not the case, ladies. One of the driving points that I have about when I talk to men, and if they just so happen to want to date a single mom, I tell them that the one thing that you cannot afford to do, fellas, is you cannot afford to allow her to present you with a crappy situation. And what I mean by a crappy situation, I mean a woman that doesn't have her life organized, a woman that doesn't have her kids disciplined, a woman that doesn't have a good relationship with that child's father. And what I mean by good relationship, I mean past drama. I mean that the communication is solid, that any debris of leftover feelings are gone, that any funny business is not occurring anymore, that the dynamics that are, her and the guy, his family, the children, all of that stuff needs to be sorted out before a man ever shows up in your life to date you. Guess what, ladies? This is work involved. And see, that's why I think a lot of times it goes unchecked, is because so many women have the kids. So many women end up not with the father anymore. And then instead of just sitting back, maybe off the market for a year or maybe 2 or 3 or 5, however long it takes for you to get your life together, they don't do that. They want to get right back out there and start dating. They want to get right back out there and try to, cash in their chips, to try to find another man. And ladies, I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. This is downright selfish. I don't think that it's right for a woman to not only have a kid or kids and then things not end well with the father, and then you think that it's totally okay to take yourself and your situation out into the dating market. That is selfish, it is inconsiderate, and it's egotistical. And one of these days I'm going to do a show about a woman's ego, because I don't believe that women really understand that their ego is dangerous. Their ego is toxic at a lot of times. You can't be so self-absorbed with what you want to put a man in a position to have to deal with you. As a single mother, your responsibility above all things is to build the best life for your child. But if you're going to look to try to date somebody, the environment that you got to create has to be more efficient, if not as equally efficient, as a woman without children. Because guess what? Your child is never going anywhere. And it's not right and it's not fair for you to put the expectation on a man that you just met, a man that has every right to go out into the dating market and find a woman who don't have your situation. And guess what, ladies? It is a situation. You know, Chris Rock talks about in his stand-up Tambourine how he meets his daughters at the door every day and he tells them nobody gives a fuck about you. And I like that part because it's very true. You know, I often say that, you know, your kid is not special. Your kid is special to you. Your kid is unique to you. But that doesn't mean that the kid, and the way the kid's going to be viewed from that man is going to be as equivalent. A man gets involved with a woman because he sees the value in a woman, not a value in the kid that she had with somebody else. Do you hear how that even sounds? It sounds crazy. A man will get involved with a woman because of the kid that she had with somebody else. That's nuts, ladies. That's not how it works. And it needs to stop that this whole attitude that you being a single mom is okay from the standpoint that you deserve the same quality men that women that did not go out here and have babies irresponsibly deserve. You're not the same. Single moms do not rank as equivalently sexy as women without children. That is just what it is. If they haven't told you, I'm here to tell you. You as a single mom, you change your situation. You change your visuals. You change your overall appeal. That's just what it is. You know, I would like to see a time when women start to take accountability to hopefully understand that your dating life is not completely over, but your options are limited. And you need to be more concerned about creating a life that a man will want to be a part of, not a life that is scary or tragic or sad. And some of y'all ladies' lives are all three of those and some. But that's what I wanted to talk about today. You know, I had to touch on it because it continues to be an ongoing topic. I keep seeing it pop up on YouTube and various other, you know, media platforms and social media and whatnot. Single mothers, y'all gotta get it together. If you're gonna be single and you're gonna be out here in the dating market, you need to cross all your T's and dot all your I's. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I know it's been a while, but I had to jump in here and make a video. Gotta stay consistent with it, continue to bring the content as I will do so. If you have not already, go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe. I so appreciate it. And I'll be coming to you with another video real soon. Thank you.